Good morning, Green Phonics Group. How are we this morning? Are you all energized and raring to go? Hopefully you are. Okay, on screen we have some more recaps of sounds we have already learnt. Let's see how quickly you can say the sound when I point to it. Are you ready? What's this one? Yaw. How about this one? This makes two sounds, doesn't it? Or ooh. Ooh. How about this one? Qua. Well done. Did you get them all right? Did you remember the one that we say is tricky that people forget? Well done if you did. Okay, let's have a look at the new sound we are going to learn today. Here it is, a P and an H. Put them together and they make a new sound. Do you already know what sound they make? I'm going to write the sound next to it. Are you ready? They make the F sound. So those two letters together make the F sound, just like our single sound that we learned a long time ago in reception. So we don't see this a lot, but it is in some words. And we just need to know that when we see a P and an H together, they make the F sound. Don't go using it for every word that's got a F in it though, because it won't be in every word you hear. It's just in some. Okay, so P and H make the F sound. Let's have a look at the words we're going to read today. Now, we have an alien on screen today, which means these are not real words. And I will warn you, they're quite tricky today. There's lots of sounds in there to really check how your blending is coming and if you can hear all those sounds as you merge them together. So take your time. If you need to, write them down, draw the sound buttons underneath to help you. And remember, build them from the front. So build that word and keep elongating and putting an extra sound on the end as you work it through to see if you can hear the word. Come back to me when you're ready and we'll see how you did. Okay, let's put my pen on. So let's look at the first one. So the first one, we've got a single sound, then a digraph, then today's digraph, and another single sound. So we've got f, s. So we need to build from the front. So we go herf, herfs. So the word is herfs. Did you get that one? Well done if you did. Okay, they're getting trickier now. Are you ready for the next one? So hopefully you spotted this is not a digraph because the letters are the wrong way around. There's our digraph and there's another digraph. So lots of sounds here. Are you ready? Build from the front. So we've got k, r, I, f, oi. It's quite tricky to hear. Let's build it up. Cr, cri, criff, criffoy, criffoy. Did you get that one? Okay, let's move on again. So next we've got a single sound. We have a digraph again, and two single sounds. Ready? Let's do it slowly first. B, f, id. B, uff, I, uffid, buffid. Or you could have said boofid, because it's not a real word, so you could have done the or the oo sound. Both would have worked because it's not a word, is it? So you can't check which is the right one because it doesn't exist anyway. Okay, let's look at the last one. Oh, our new sound is at the front here, isn't it? So single sound. Oh, 3 digraphs in this one. Are you ready for this one? So we've got f, oo, ow, sh, fl, flow, floush, floush. How did you do? As I say, they were really tricky words. I put lots of different sounds in there to really see how well you're doing with your blending. If you got them all right, amazing. I am so proud of you, gold star. If you got one or two of them wrong, don't worry. They were really tricky. Have a look at them now and see if we practice from the front, building that sound up. Can we really hear how the sound works? Were there a couple of digraphs that you got wrong that maybe we need to try and remember for next time? Because remember, we are learning lots of different digraphs now, aren't we? So maybe you didn't know, you didn't remember that that one was ow. Maybe you didn't remember that that one was oi. Have a look and see what the problem was. Once you know what the problem was, it's much easier to solve it for next time. Okay, let's move on to our spelling. So we have 3 real words and a character today. So I'm going to say a word as usual. You're going to write it down, come back to me when you're ready, and we'll see how you did. I will warn you, the words are quite tricky again today. They're quite long, okay? So, are you ready? The first word is elephant. Elephant. Have a go at that one. Okay, let's take a look. Elephant. So L-E-F-ant. Elephant. You might have heard elephant, so you might have put an in there because we quite often say it that way, don't we? But it's actually elephant. Sometimes when I'm learning spellings, I like to learn how I say them so that it helps me to spell them. So I say them in my head as I spell them. Certain words just work like that, and it makes it a little bit easier to remember how to spell them. Okay, let's try the next one. The next one is pamphlet. Pamphlet. Are you ready? Pamphlet, another really tricky one. So pamphlet, pamphlet, pamphlet. And a pamphlet is maybe a flyer that comes through your door that tells you that somebody's having a sale or there's a party going on. A pamphlet is just a piece of paper that gives you information. Okay, the last one is alphabet. Alphabet. Right, are you ready for alphabet? So bet, alphabet. How did you do? As I say, really, really tricky words today. Really tricky. Well done if you got those right. Okay, let's have a look at our character. My word, he looks again very regal today, doesn't he? We've got some very impressive gentlemen on our displays this week. So his name is Lord Philip. Lord Philip. Have a go at that one. Right, so hopefully by now you definitely got the capital letters because you know it's a name. So Lord, Lord, well done if you got that one. Again, we've learnt lots of different or sounds this week, so if you put one of the other ors in, well done for remembering it. We just need to remember that Lord is written with an O and an R. Philip, so F-I-L-I-P. Philip, did you hear all those sounds? Did you miss an I maybe? Well done if you got it right. As I say, these are really tricky spellings today. Okay, so following on with the 3, with everything being a little bit tricky today, thought I'd give you a little bit of a challenge. So let's take a look at today's task. Now, I'm going to disappear off screen because otherwise you won't be able to see all the screen. This is called a story mountain. And sometimes we use story mountains to help us remember the order that our story is in and help us remember how to build on the information we already know. So when we start a story mountain, you can see the arrows. We start at the bottom over here on the left, and you can see our arrows traveling all the way around the story mountain, which is full of pictures until it gets to its conclusion, to its end over here. So our story mountain tends to work so that we start a story, we introduce our characters, we introduce their setting, and we tell what they're doing, and then something goes wrong. So with our story mountain, we build up telling our story, and then something goes wrong. We have a problem. So then we have to deal with our problem. So we think about what's going on, and then something happens. And as we come back down our mountain, we get a solution to our problem, and the problem gets solved at the end of our story. So our mountain goes up as we're introducing our characters and talking about what's going on. Something bad happens, and then we fix it. Okay, that's how story mountains work. Now, Sometimes in school, when we learn stories to write, we have our stories in picture and word form. But today, because we are practicing phonics, there are no words to help you, just the pictures, okay? So we're going to talk through the pictures. I'm going to tell you what's happening in the pictures, and then you are going to write the story for me. You only need to write a few sentences about each picture. Some pictures may only need one sentence, but you're going to tell this story on screen using your own words and your own phonics knowledge, okay? So let's have a look at the pictures. So we'll start here, and we have some dolphins. Now, dolphin has got the f sound in that we are learning today. So we've got mummy dolphin and baby dolphin. So mother and child. And they're very happy swimming about in the sea. And mum says to the baby, come on, we need to go, follow me. And off they go on an adventure. As they sail away, can you see, they start spotting different things. And baby dolphin gets a little bit distracted. It sees a lovely colourful sailing boat and it thinks, wow, look at that. I wonder where they're going. What are they doing? Then it carries on a little bit further and it meets some very strange looking fish. And the fish want to have a conversation, so they have a little chat. And before long, the baby dolphin looks around and mum has vanished. The baby dolphin was taking so long looking at all these interesting things all around her that she forgot to check where mum was, and mum has swum on ahead and she's lost her mum. That's her problem. So you can see that makes her very sad. So baby dolphin is very sad. Maybe she cries. She doesn't know what to do. She looks around her. She's hoping that she'll see mum, but she can't find mum. But who does she find? She finds a mermaid sat on the rocks. The mermaid says, what's the matter? And baby dolphin tells mermaid that she's lost her mum. She wasn't paying attention. She was too busy gazing all around her, and she's lost her mum. And she's very sad and she wants to find her mum again. So the mermaid, can you see what the mermaid does? The mermaid says, that's fine, I'll help you. And she sings a beautiful song, because the mermaid knows that when she sings, people always listen and always come to find the music. So mermaid sings a beautiful song. And guess who comes back? Mum hears the song and comes rushing back to her baby dolphin and the mermaid. And at the end, all three are really happy together. So, do you think you can tell that story? From mum and baby dolphin going off on a swim, baby dolphin getting distracted by what they see, losing mum, being very sad and unhappy, finding a mermaid and telling her the problem, mermaid singing and solving the problem. So that's your story, and that's the story I'd like you to tell. Now, when you write this story, I would love it if you could bring it back into school next week so that we can have a look at it and we can see how you did with all your phonics work and how you did with your sentence structure. Because remember, everything we write has to be written in sentences. We can't have long amounts of information with no full stops between them. So really have a think about how you're going to write this story. When you've written it, look through it and see if you can spot the verbs that you've used. So those doing words, those action words. The dolphin is swimming, for example. That's an action word. It's something that she's doing. If the dolphin is crying, that's an action word, isn't it? If the mermaid is singing, that's an action. That's something that she's doing. So see if you can spot the action words, the doing words that you put in your sentences. Okay, that's it. Have fun doing this, and I'll speak to you again tomorrow. Bye for now.